This is a $300,000 industrial robot converted to work for cinema. Let's take a look at what we're doing today. We're using this robot from SISU over at Spacewalk Moco, and we're testing out our shots for our cyberpunk music video. Now, what's really interesting is with a robot like this, you can do motion controlled shots, which you can pre-program and repeat the motion over and over again. What the robot allows you to do is position the camera somewhere in 3D space so that you can coordinate the camera moves within Unreal Engine, which then in turn drives what's going to be on the screen in the background. At least with the green screen, we'll be able to comp in some footage, take a look, see if we can make it look like this motorcycle is moving. So the real interesting thing that we're doing here with this motion capture rig is to see if we can kind of fake the actor leaning the opposite direction. So if the camera is moving to the left, the actor is moving to the right, we can try to make it look like she's leaning over and then the motorcycle's moving. Instead of having to have a whole system of tracks and dollies and heads and stuff like that, they all have to be coordinated and motorized. You just have one arm that has 3D space positional data that is coming from the robot as well, which all makes it a lot easier. So even though it sounds like it's a very expensive toy, it's not. It's actually, in terms of Hollywood production, it's an affordable way to do motion controls and for us to be able to incorporate into our project, because we really need to make up these moves and execute them very quickly for the music video. So it helps that we have a system that allows you just to put the camera wherever you want in 3D space. So over here we have our friend, operator and owner of Spacewalk, Andrew, and he's over at the system that is programming all the keyframes of what the robot position is going to be in space and then the timing for the shot itself. So there's an interface that's created by SISU that allows him to then position the robot, save the position, the tilt, the roll, the focus, the iris of the lens, the zoom of the lens, and much more information. And also, we have a track here as well. So you can actually move the robot on the track and marry that to the positional data for the arm itself. Aside from that, we have different views that we could have on the monitor. For right now, we have the Unreal Engine view, so we can actually see whenever the camera moves and the robot is repositioned. It also repositions in Unreal as well, so we can see if it's lining up correctly or not. And then you also have the view of the robot structure itself that kind of generates a 3D image of what your robot is doing, so you can make sure that everything works correctly, that you're not stressing out the joints. The SISU robot is an industrial robot that actually comes from manufacturing, so safety is a big concern. You'll see on the robot itself, there's all kinds of stuff like cutoff buttons and things like that that are really safety minded. So the robot will tell you if it's doing a safe move or if something is unsafe that might lead to some kind of breakdown or breakage. That's the last thing we want on a set. Obviously, we don't want to lose the robot, but we also don't want to hurt anybody. Stay tuned, we have a lot more to come for our cyberpunk music video.